Good morning, ma'am. We are the Group 1, representing our project in English about broadcasting.
The Typhoon Inday has finally reached in the Philippines areas of responsibility with the help of the Pag-asa. The live sighting of the storm in the distance of 1,165 east of northern Luzon. It has air that reaches to 75 kilometers per hour and a gust of wind of 90 kilometers per hour. It moves in the westerly direction at a speed that 25 kilometers per hour. According to the Pag-asa, that is possible to strengthen and become seventh tropical storm typhoon in the next 24 hours. Because of this, it is possible to experience a large part of Luzon in the Visayas with rains or localized thunderstorm in the next day. Typhoon Inday is the ninth typhoon that entered the country today, 2022.
A few months ago, the Department of Health, DOH, announced that it had fully vaccinated more than 70 million Filipinos against COVID-19. Currently, some local government units are experiencing an increase in COVID-19 cases. Despite this increase, these LGUS have recorded low COVID-19 and the availability of hospital beds for the treatment of severe cases is high. An increase in COVID-19 rates developments in the country's ongoing battle against the pandemic and attribute the country's vaccinated drive. We calling Nina to report the crime. So what's the news today?
So Kate, when I checked, I find out that 5 out of the 11 suspects, including a 13 years old, linked to the abduction of the death of pharmaceutical education Eduardo Tolosa Jr., have surrendered to the authorities, said the Philippine National Police, or as we called PNP. PNP spokesperson Jean Fajardo on Wednesday said to the suspect have also admitted to the crime, which according to her helps the police mount evidence for the complaints filed against them. 5 suspects have surrendered, and in their sworn statement, they shared how they were involved in the pharmaceutical sale incident. Fajardo admitted that the PNP initially ruled out of kidnapping in the case because of the victim's kin had not received a ransom demand at the time. Last August 26, an official from Tolosa's company received a text message demanding 100 million and another text message seeking a sum of money for Tolosa's return was received last September 1. But according to the suspect, Tolosa was already killed on the evening of July 29. Fajardo said the suspects have since recounted the crime and their sworn statement, starting from the primary suspect of offering them jobs until they were told the element traces of the crime by boarding Tolosa's corpse for 3 straight days. They narrated the crime from start to end. They were instructed to dig Tolosa's grave and then they were given money. They were told to clean up the crime scene and did so where the victim's white car was, brought to where he was killed. They even showed us the rock that was allegedly used to hit the victim. Aside from this, Fajardo noted that the police was also able to trace the RFID of one of the suspects who had been driving Sport utility vehicle as we called SUV, where Tolosa was last seen on board. The, the driver of the SUV applied for an RFID, and after we verify this, we find out that it was registered to the cell phone number of primary suspect Sabuli. Fahad said that PNP has applied for a cyber warrant to ensure that such evidence is admissible before the court. She denied that since the police could only recover small bones fragments from what is believed to be Tolosa's born corpse, it could no longer be valuable for DNA extraction. Tolosa's family called Carlo Codampog, one of the persons of interest in case, to surface and probe his innocence. Carlo, his brother Cesar, and 9 other suspects are facing complaints of murder, kidnapping for ransom, and arson before the Department of Justice. Last July 19, Tolosa called an official of his pharmaceutical company with instruction to get his vote of 102,700,002,800 US dollar and in 168 Singapore dollars, a Rolex watch and a Hublot watch, all of which were delivered to him by his driver. But after receiving the items, Tolosa could no longer be contacted. The SUV and remains believed to be that Tolosa were later discovered in Pampanga.
Kapuso actress Heart Evangelista admitted that she's going through a rough patch right now after rumors circulated that she and husband Chez Escudero have broken up. In her latest vlog on her YouTube channel, Heart said that she's still grateful and hoping that all will be well soon. And this is the alleged reason behind their breakup. The rumor breakup of the couple started to circulate when the netizens noticed that Heart deleted her Escudero surname from her Instagram profile. Netizens also assumed that the couple is having a problem because they said that Heart looked so unhappy when they attended the GMA Gala night together. Until now, Heart has remained silent about this, and Senator Chez is not talking as well.
The best 2 words in basketball game 7. Seriously, if we look at the NBA Philippine Cup 7 on Sunday after the San Miguel Tournament tied the series against TNT Trupangiga 3-3. In the first quarter, around 16 points are scored despite the minerals of the Giga Cup. The Burma never looked back to take game 6. 114-96. Marso Lester lead SMB with 32 points.
President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. is back in the Philippines after his state visit to Indonesia and Singapore last week. It was past 10 p.m. when the plane landed at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. PBBM was accompanied by first family members, First Lady Maria Luisa Liza Araneta Marcos and his son, Ilocos Norte Representative Sandro Marcos. So are some members of his cabinet. Among of those who welcomed him were Vice President Sara Duterte and Executive Secretary Vic Rodriguez and other several senior government officials. On his return, PBBM gave a speech related to his state visit. He said it was more productive than he expected. Let's look at President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. PBBM shared several letters of intent and memorandum of understanding signed with Indonesia and Singaporean investors. It is in the renewable energy, data centers, e-commerce, broadband technologies, startups, government housing, and agriculture. He said if it is added up, it will amount to 804.78 billion pesos. Let's hear the President again. Group 1, representing our project in English about broadcasting.